to everybody that's taking the time to watch this video. What I'm going to run through here is a quick tutorial on Adobe Illustrator, which is the software we choose to use, and on how we made a compact mirror. So I will insert the image of the compact mirror so that you can see that, but this would be the file that we would ultimately have created for us to use. So I'll start off by saying File, New, and we'll create a file there. I'll make the width and the height of this in millimeters, which is 110, and then we've now got our artboard that we'll work on. On the left hand side here on our tools panel, I will go to the ellipsis tool. If I hold the left mouse button down, I'll get a further options of what I want to put on the screen, but we'll stick with the ellipsis. If I hold the shift key and then drag it out, I get a perfect circle. From there I can change that, so this is 100 mil by 100 mil, and then I will center that. Okay, so from this drop down, this is selected as center to artboard. I can cover align to section at a different time. So the one that we've got there, I want it in a circle now because that's the outer one, so I'll just do Control C and Control V. I'll change this one to 75 mil, and then we'll change the width to 75 mil, and again I'll just center that. So as you can see, we've now got our inner and outer circle. If I was to press Control Y, you can then see that we would have the lines that the software on the laser would cut. The software that we use is RDWorks. And then press Control Y, that brings us back to this. Okay, what also I need to look at this point is we need to be putting text on here. So what I can do is I can take this one to Control C, Control V. I'll make this one 80 and 80, and the reason why I've got this one is so I have a path that I can put my text to. As you can see, when I was moving that round, it's hidden this line underneath, but if I do Control Y, you can see that the line is there, and this is because on the left here the circle has a fill, so I can change that so it doesn't have a fill. I can also change this one so it doesn't have a fill, and I can change this one so this doesn't have a fill. And again, if I highlight all three of them, I can center all three of them. Now I'm going to put some text on the line. If I go to the text tool, hold the left mouse button down, and then I've got a type on path, so I'll select that. As you can see, the icon has got a little line through it. If I put that on there, you can see that in pink the word path comes up. If I click on that, the text will drop onto there, and then we can just start typing, and you can see that that's going to follow that path. If I highlight it, I can then change the font size and also the font that we're going to be using. And what do we have on this one? Gorgeous, strong and inspiring. So again, from here I'll just copy this over. Saves us writing it again. But straight away you can see that this has gone over to the right, and if I highlight the text, you can see I've got these two lines here. If I mouse over the box, you can then see I have a line with a right pointing arrow, and then this, if I put this to the right, so this would be known as the right edge of the text. If I then go there, you can see I've got a line with a right pointing arrow, and then that would be the left hand side of the text. And then as long as this is centered, so you can see if I left align the text, center the text, and right align the text. So we'll leave it as centered, and then that would give us our text on a path. I can make this a little bit bigger if I want to. Just hold the shift key, move it out a little bit, and then run through the centering of it, and you can see that that's now sitting center within there. Again, if I do Control Y, the text is not outlined. So what we would need to do on this one, so that the laser can then pick it up, is while the text is highlighted, we right click and we create an outline for that text. You can then see, if I do Control Y, we've now got the text ready for RDWorks to do whatever it needs to do in it. So now that we've done the text, the next thing I would need to do is then bring in the heart image. So we'll go to File, Place. We then bring in our heart shape, and then we'll put that on the screen. As you can see, we've got all the transparent parts of the graphic which is displayed there. But what we do is, while it's highlighted, we click on Image Trace. That then traces the image. Then we need to expand it, and then on the Magic Wand tool, if I select that and then click just on the white and press delete, we are now left with the heart shape. So we'll put that like that. I'll change this, I'll switch this so this is an outline shape. Let's reference that one again, make sure that we're roughly at the right size. Line it up with the middle. Okay, so we now need to make the little heart. So if I copy that and then paste that in, change the size of this, and then slightly rotate it. Okay, and then we need to create the insert section for this heart as well. So from here you can copy and paste it and then resize it so it sits in the middle, but that really wouldn't give you the best effect. So and I'll show you that now. If I copy that and then paste this in, resize this, you can see that it's not quite right, it's not even all the way around. So the best way to approach this one is we will offset the path of this smaller heart. So we'll go to Object, Path, and then offset the path. Because we want as an insert, we'll do -2 mil on that one, and we'll OK that. So what's left now is we need to then cut these out from so that they all fit. So you can see that there's quite a few lines going on there overlapping. But from here you can see we've got our layers panel, and on the layers panel, if I was to highlight these two layers, you can see that this layer, which is the heart, is above the inner circle. So while the both of them are highlighted, I can then say on the Pathfinder tool, we can minus the front, so you can see that then cuts out the cookie cutter, basically cuts out the inner circle. What we need to do then is, I need to double click on this heart, and then I need to do Control X, which copies that out the inner of the inner smaller inner heart. And then I would like to then use the same process of minus the front. That gives us this one, and then from there, if I go back to here and then do Edit, Paste and Place, that then puts the heart back in place. So you can see now we've now got a shape that can be cut out. So we've now got the text across the top, and then we've also got the heart shape cut out. So Control Y will bring this back to our design side, and then the next one would just be the text tool. I'll just put Katie, which is my wife's name. We'll put that down there, and then choose the font that we want to put on this one. And I'll show you a little thing that normally happens when you outline a script, which is, I'll just make that a little bit smaller. So if I was to right click this and then create an outline, you can see that the K runs into the A, the A runs into the T. If I was to do Control Y, you can see we've got overlapping sections on here. So what we need to do is path find these sections so that they go, otherwise when you're scan engraving, these bits will be missed, the overlaps will be missed. So if I do Control Y, bring that back, we'll highlight this, and then under Pathfinder you'll see that we've got a thing called Unite. If I click on that and then now do Control Y, you can now see that this is all perfectly joined up. Okay, and then so that, okay, I've used a different font on here, but ultimately that would be this ready to center cutting. The final thing I would say on this is the insert for here. So what we found is we have to increase the size of this when we're in RDWorks so that the insert, you don't have to glue it in, you literally just have to push the acrylic insert into that slot. So I think ours is 0.03, because obviously when the laser's cutting this out of the material, it burns away that section, so it's not exactly the size that you need to fit into here. So what we've found is that we will just make this slightly bigger so that it will fit in the insert, and then ultimately you would just save this. You'll just do a save as. We'll save it as an AI file. I'll just call it test, and then when I'm saving it, this is obviously Illustrator 2020. We save it as this one, the Illustrator CC Legacy, and that enables RDWorks to be able to see it correctly, as it's got a few issues with looking at some of the files that are coming in from Illustrator 2020. And then from there we would then go on to burn it. What you'll also find as well is that this same file, the outer line, that can be used to cut the acrylic mirror backing as well. So there's a few things that you can get from this file. So one, you would cut your circle for the mirror acrylic backing, then you would use the rest of the file to cut out the wood facing, and then you would use this heart and then make it slightly bigger so that you can use it as an insert. And I can post what the actual size that we increase it by. Okay, well that's the end of this quick tutorial on how to make a compact mirror. Okay, thank you.